Let me start with this talk in Washington that's dominating everything now, impeachment. Let's just start with a sort of a basic question. Tim Graham, good idea, bad idea?
I think the Republican grassroots want this because they want some reaction to all of these indictments of Trump. What's really funny about it is the way the media is all of like, oh, you can't compare these. This is whataboutism, I think was Chuck Todd's complaint.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I think the funny part is, yes, now they're saying this sets a bad precedent. Excuse me?
Right.
Who set the precedent in recent years? I think it's good in that an impeachment inquiry gives them more power to uncover evidence. And if we know one thing that the media is doing that's annoying, it's trying to suggest there's no evidence of a Joe and Hunter Biden, corruption connection.
Grace, good idea?
Yeah, see, I'm kind of torn on this and like what Tim just said about more, because I've been trying to understand it, more power to uncover more evidence. Because what we've seen so far is the Democrats just keep stonewalling, and every time they're asked to hand over something, you have all of this kind of coordination between these government agencies with the Biden administration. Do you want us to give them this? Do you want us to give them that? And maybe Tim can answer this. I just don't know. What is going to make these agencies or this White House hand over things if they haven't been willing to do it so far? And I'm actually asking, like, what is it about the authority of an impeachment inquiry that would require the Democrats to be more forthcoming? Because up until this point, I think a lot of people on the right, including myself, are just kind of going, well, they keep saying no evidence, and we're asking for a document that could prove the evidence. But if they don't hand it over, like, how are we going to make them hand it over? Does that make sense?
It does. But can I go back one step here? Because I think something that Tim said, I agree with it. And Grace, I'm sure you hear it from people all day long, is I get what the base wants. I mean, I bump into people, right? And it's like there are days in which what they want and what's good overall may not be the same thing. And this is the problem that I keep talking about is I get it. The Democrats started this. I mean, Tim touched on this. I mean, this is their fault that we're here. And I said this when they were going after Trump. But here's the problem. I do think that politically speaking, if we don't on the right do this right, they win.